Luke May here from Dunlop Kartsport Australia. Going to give you an idea how we fit the Dunlop DFM tyre onto a rim. Congratulations, this is a great tyre that we think you're really going to enjoy over the next few years. A very unique design, obviously a very stiff sidewall tyre, but out there on the track I think you'll absolutely love it. So the first thing you need to do is obviously have a bead breaker. We need to rake the bead of the tyre off the rim. If you've done that, obviously make sure your bead screws are far enough out so that it's not going to affect the inside of the tyre when you're pulling it off the rim. Stage one, just crush the tyre in half if you can, like that. What that will do is it'll push this outside part of the bead over the top of the rim. Once you've got that, it's just a little bit of elbow grease. Push with this palm part of your hand across here, down with this one, and it should just pop straight off, like that. Once you've got halfway there, then just pull the tyre back out. Now this part is all about the angle. Make sure you get the tyre on a bit of an angle. If it's flat, you'll never get it off. A bit of an angle there. Again, push down with this part. This hand, we're pushing forward and moving the rim out of the tyre. So push down a little bit there. You'll see you get that little bit of a gap. Once you've got that, just push forward and the rim should pop out of the tyre. Now, fronts are generally easier than the rears. The other option, if you don't want to do it by hand or you can't do it by hand, there is a tyre tool out there, readily available online at dk17.com.au or from your local kart shop. These things are a great tool, but you need to know how to use them, because if you don't, you can hurt the bead of the tyre. So obviously the first thing is, same as we did before, we need to crush the tyre in half so that we've got this part of the tyre lower than the outside part. So the outside part of the tyre is going to head towards the top of the rim there. Once you've done that, the tyre goes upside down. This is to take obviously a tyre off the rim. You only need to get the little bit of a tip underneath the tyre there. Once you've done that, you just pull, as you just manipulate it up, you'll just get the circle to line up with the circle underneath, pop that straight through there, and then just like a scissor, push out like that. Then again, like we did with the front tyre, bit of an angle on the tyre, push down with this hand, push out with this hand, get that bit of a gap. Once you've got that, push forward and you'll pop it out. That's getting them off. Next phase, obviously get them on. You need to use some tyre lube. Our lube it here, $9 a jar, is sniffer compliant, because if you are in competition, Karting Australia can come out with a tyre tool and check to make sure that there's no illegal lubricants or anything on your tyre. Some things that you can use that might seem harmless will come up on the sniffer. So the easiest thing is to get this lube it, put it on both sides of your tyre. A, it will help with the rim popping into the tyre, but B, once you get air in there, it'll help pop the air on so the tyre doesn't inflate so much. Keep your circumference of tyres pretty even. When you are inflating the tyre, make sure you use the tyre ring, which again are readily available. Front first, again, this needs to be an angle. The tyre can be flat on the ground, just make sure you use a surface that's not going to slip. Put that on an angle and just simply push in on the rim. That's the first step. Second step, push the tyre in half like we saw before, so that both sidewalls come together. Once you've got that, again, the rim needs to be on an angle, not flat on the ground, it won't work. Make sure the rim's on a bit of an angle. Use your knee if you can to lean up against it. Once you've got that, pushing down with both parts of your palms and pushing in with your fingers, we're just going to push the tyre over like that. So that's there, pushing down, pushing in with your fingers, and then just pop it on. Then we just manipulate the rubber around so that there's no gaps on the outside, because when you go to put air in it, if it leaks, obviously it won't hold air. So pretty even around both sides, that'll hold air, no dramas. Again, with the rear, same process. Push in, push the tyre in half. Now, I'll show you how to use the tyre tool. Now this is important. If you don't push the tyre in half for that and you try and do it flat, you can hurt the bead of the tyre. So what you want to do is make sure you've got that little bit of an angle there. Put your disc on the inside. This part will sit underneath the lip of the rim on the part that you've pushed down, because that's lower than that part there. That'll sit under there like that. Again, the circles will line up, pop that through there, put the tyre on a bit of an angle again, get to that point there, and it pops on. Pop that out, again, just manipulate it around, make sure that the tyre's even on the rim all the way around. If you do that, you shouldn't have a drama. If you've got your own videos out there, please put them online. Dunlop Kartsport Facebook page, we'd love to see it. Anything else we can help you with, don't be afraid to message us. That's what we're here for. Good luck racing.